Hello friends, welcome back. We've made it the halfway point of Season 13. We're back up to 42nd in Platinum 3. Today we're taking on an alliance that beat us last season, XTUM, Exitium. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. Anyway, we're going in today with Void and Namor and Symbiote Supreme because we have not one, but two Brie Larsons on our path. One right up front and one on her normal spot up top on Buffet. Alright, so first up we got a Hood. This is just a diversity placement on long distance relationship and tyranny. So pretty much a normal fight since both Void and Hood are marked as villains. They will both be gaining power as normally. Hood is, not much to say about him as a defender. If you don't know the timing on his special one and you try and go back in too quickly, you'll get tagged by a shock, and then I think the shock, when it expires, it's a guaranteed stun for him. And then if you go in too late, he'll block your attack and you won't really get anything in. So fortunately, Hood is my first fight every day in AQ, so I feel like I could probably do this fight in my sleep. I fit the timing on a special one down pretty perfectly. So just goal here is to get out with a full yellow bar. I'm kind of keeping my distance because this special one is so lengthy and you need to keep your distance. It ends up purging the weakness debuff, so it actually takes a little bit more effort to keep yourself at a full yellow bar. Alright, so this is a Captain Marvel on SP Lock 1, so Symbiote Supreme not really the best counter here. I am going to go in with Void, and I've been trying to practice this fight with Void. So the idea here is that you want to prevent her from going binary at all, which means no hitting into her block. You need to manage her binary charges. Void's special attacks are energy damage, so those will give her binary charges. Other than that, you need to prevent her from firing off her special one, which gives her charges as well. So you'll notice here I'm doing the kind of Havoc method of when she's between 1 and 2 bars of power, I am doing 4 hits and immediately holding block, which will prevent her from firing off her special one. Hit into her block once there, and more or less just blocking the special 2. It's pretty difficult to evade. I can usually get the last beam so that I can go back in and punish, but other than that, the other benefit of doing this method is that when she hits into your block, she has a chance to armor break you, which is perfectly fine because that is just more willpower healing for me. So between the weakness debuffs and the armor break debuffs, and when I'm sitting at 1 bar of power and locked, that's 3 separate debuffs that are each healing me via willpower. So we've already got Fear of the Void up, and she's only at 5 binary charges. If I knock her down anytime after 10, she will go indestructible and get some massive furies, and her specials are unblockable, and it's just a complete mess. Now this would not work up top with the Buffet active because, well, it might work, but I'm kind of too afraid to try it. The fight up at the top is significantly longer, and it doesn't have it doesn't have reverse healing active, so I think it would be a lot more difficult. But either way, we finished that fight, full yellow bar. She didn't go binary, so I consider that one a success. So Void can definitely do fights against Captain Marvel without triggering binary and purging those debuffs. Alright, next up we have a Green Goblin up top on Vigor and Indomitable. I played this fight. This was pretty late last night, and I was waiting for somebody else on our section. Decided just to go into this fight unboosted. It was a fight I'm pretty comfortable with, so I was playing this fight pretty conservatively. I was not going to try and push him even close to 2 bars of power. In the past, I've pushed him to 2 bars because I feel like you can fully evade the special 2. But the problem that I've been having the last couple seasons, I would say, is that I keep getting tagged by the first hit of the special 2 because it looks so similar to his dash in medium attack. But the hit event is different and the length is different, so it kind of throws me off. So the trade-off here is that I'm taking a little bit of block damage from blocking the 4 beams that he shoots. But other than that, the rest of the attack is fully evadable. I don't think you can punish it, but I'm too concerned about getting parried to try it. So I usually just wait it out and wait for him to dash back in and get my in that way. Other than that, we've got the Petrifies up, but since he's Indomitable, we're not reversing his healing, we're just heal blocking him. So it's basically just playing a game of cat and mouse here, waiting for him to fire off his special ones. Meanwhile, the degen is taking him down. More or less every other fight with Void that you've ever seen. So, just about dead. One more hit does it, and down he goes. All right, next up we have a second Brie Larson up top on Buffet and Recovery 200 and Indomitable. So if you trigger Buffet, she heals 45% of her health. This is only a rank 4, so I get a little break from the R5s and the R2 6-stars that I had this season on this node. Regardless, this is the only pretty difficult fight on my path, so I am going to boost heavily. The last time I fought this node with this champ, I did take a death, so I don't want to make that same mistake again. And I haven't died yet on my path, and I don't want to start now. So doing full rainbow boosts, a couple of mystic boosts, and then I think an advanced power boost to help me get to my S3 more quickly with Symbiote Supreme. Alright, so after what felt like 20 minutes of boosting, we're going in. So the plan here is pretty much the same. All of Symbiote Supreme's attacks are energy attacks, so hitting into her is giving her charges. So if I push her to 25, at any point, or if she uses her special 1, she's going to go binary. And as long as I'm at my special 3 at that point, I can activate it, and that will nullify the indestructible buff and the Furies. So I don't get there in time, so I am just kind of trying to extend the fight until I can get my bar of power. She hits me with a unblockable S1, which I find really tricky to dodge. Captain Marvel's a lot like Venom in that she fights very aggressively and she doesn't want to use her special attacks, I found. Actually, the AI is almost exactly like Venom now, the more I think about it. So, all right, so we get off our S3, nullify all of her debuffs, and then she's just, dropping from the bleeds. So one more S1, she doesn't get the second part off, and down she goes. So, not the best fight, but we came out with the full AB, so no problem. All right, since I was already boosted up still, the other guys finished their parts of our section, so I decided to go in. This is a Buffet Best Defense and Empowered Immunity Medusa. So Buffet, really the only concern here, but it's more or less the same as the last fight in that once I get the S3 up and the bleeds going, the Buffet is really not going to matter. I get some bad luck with staggers here at the start of the fight, so you've hit into her 10 times. I only got 1 stagger, so she is going to be gaining Furies, and I have to be very careful to watch the Furies now so that she doesn't get the living strands and then I get auto-blocked. So she has increased auto-block accuracy, which I don't really see why that's important because at max sig it's like 100% anyway. So I'm just kind of delaying the fight here with some heavies while living strands is up. There we go. She's got it again. So now I'm going to launch my SP3. So this will nullify all 3 Furies. And then I can go in and nuke her down with the bleeds the same way that I did with Captain Marvel on the previous node here. Symbiote Supreme, just maybe the best Medusa counter in general. Not so much when your parry doesn't work and you take a 5-hit combo, but, whatever, it happens sometimes. So that actually messes up my rhythm. So I'm going to have to do some power stealing here because I don't want her to fire off that S2. And then the Mystic Boost gives me some additional power, and then 1 more S2 finishes off. So another fight I probably could have played a little bit better, but in general, Symbiote Supreme just decimates Medusa. So I did also take the Sabretooth Mini on Boss Island, but the recording didn't work because iOS is just full of bugs at the moment. So we did go on to win this. This was a super close war. I think it came down to like 1 or 2 attack bonuses. They had us by quite a bit in diversity, but we had the attack bonus advantage, so that did carry us to victory. A really nice war for everybody. I think this was our best effort the entire season. We ended up even in deaths. So it was really down to, like I said, the attack bonus. So really, yeah, really happy with this victory. Really proud of everybody in the battle group in the alliance. And pretty low item use for me. I'm always happy about that. Used a few boosts, but that's the price you pay for playing war at this level. So it brings our record to 4-2. Yeah, so we can only go up from here, maybe, hopefully. So as usual, if you like what I am showing and demonstrating to you in these videos, go ahead and hit that like button for me. Comment below, let me know how your war went, and subscribe if you want to see some more. That's about it. Thanks for watching. See you next time.